Hi everyone, this is Eileen here from SingaporeOlevelMaths.com. In today's video, I'd like to share with you how I go about working on the angle properties of circle question. So after I read the question, I will usually suggest to my students to mark out two things. First thing, all the 90 degrees. So in this question, there are a few 90 degrees that we can mark out. Since there is tangent and there is radius as well, so we can mark out one of the 90 degrees here. Okay, tangent and radius form 90 degrees. Similarly, another 90 degrees over here. Now, there is another 90 degrees in this question. If you notice that there is a diameter, which means to say, making use of the property called angle in semicircle, this is our 90 degrees as well. The second thing that I would suggest my student to mark out is the radius. Why would we want to mark out the radius, you asked? It's actually for us to find isosceles triangle. That might come in useful later. So this is my radius, radius. So with that, we can start the question proper. Now the first part of the question asks us to find angle x. So to find angle x, if you observe this shape over here, ATCO, it is made up of two 90 degrees, two right angle triangle. So the sum of angles in this two right angle triangle will be a total of 360. Minus away 90, minus away 90, and minus of 40, that will give us 140. Alright, and the reason I'll give is sum of angles in two right angle triangles. This is one way of looking at this question. We'll update this angle here. Another way of looking at it is, some of you might do this. Alright, you might tell me that angle ATO is equals to angle CTO, which is equals to 20 degrees. And the reason is because tangents from external point. That works as well. So if you know this angle here is 20, you know this is 90, so therefore you can find out what is angle AOT, which is 180 minus 20 minus 90, that will give us 70, and you can conclude, therefore angle AOC, which is our x, is equals to 70 times 2, which is 140. So this is another way that you can find angle x. Now, let us now go ahead and find our angle y. Let me just erase the part here, okay, to make your diagram really clear. So now, to find angle y, which is over here, this seems to me to be like an angle at the circumference, if only I can find the angle at the center. Now, to find angle y, this will be the angle that you want to consider. Okay, so part B, angle y. Before we can find angle y, I'll need to find out what is the reflex angle AOC equals to. You can find it easily since you have found out the value of x just now. So it's 360 minus 140, which will give you 220. So therefore, angle y is just 220 divided by 2 equals to 110. And the reason, angle at center is equals to 2 times angle at circumference. Alright, so that is how we go about finding angle Y. Now, one of the common mistakes that I would like to point out to all of you is that some students identify the wrong pair. This is the angle at the circumference, and they identify angle X as the angle at the center. So they conclude, oh, angle Y therefore will be 140 divided by 2, which is 70, and this is incorrect. Alright, please do take note of this common mistake. Who is the correct angle at the circumference and angle at the center? You must be able to identify the correct pair. So for the last part whereby they ask you to find Z, I'll leave it as a bonus question for all of you to attempt. If you know the answer, put it down in the comment section as well as the reason to your answer. For those of you who do not know how to get started, I'll give you a little clue. Join up point A and E. If we can find out the value of this angle, it has some relationship to your angle Z. Thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.